For thousands of years, for eons stretching back into the incomprehensible depths of geological time, Earth has faced countless dangers. It is a sphere of immense resilience, a cosmic survivor. We often view our planet as fragile, yet its history tells a different, far more powerful story, a story of monumental endurance. Imagine the sheer violence of its early years. Asteroids struck from space with the force of billions of megatons, sterilizing surfaces and triggering mass extinctions that reset the clock of life again and again. These were not mere cosmic dustings. They were impacts that blasted life back to its microbial roots, like the colossal Chicxulub event that ended the reign of the dinosaurs, a scar still visible in the geological record, a testament to the planet's ability to absorb and recover from cataclysm. Volcanoes reshaped the land not just as majestic mountains, but as instruments of global change. Supereruptions spewed forth unimaginably vast floods of lava and toxic gases, darkening the skies for centuries and causing sustained periods of deadly climate chaos. Ice ages froze the planet, locking away enormous volumes of water in continental sheets of ice miles thick, pushing species to the brink, forcing migrations, and radically altering ecosystems. And yet, Earth survived. It did not just limp on. It thrived. Life did not merely cling to existence. It adapted, diversified, and flourished anew after every single catastrophe. The biosphere proved to be an unstoppable force of regeneration. But today, the challenge is profoundly different. The threat is not from the indifferent cosmos, nor from the slow, magnificent violence of geological forces. But today, the biggest threat on Earth is not natural. It is humanity itself. Once, humans lived in balance with nature. This was not a romantic fantasy, but a stark necessity defined by technology, population, and lifestyle. For millennia, Homo sapiens existed as just another species in the vast ecological web. Our early footsteps were light, our shelters temporary, our impact localized. Forests were vast, ancient, and unbroken, serving as the planet's lungs. Rivers were pure, running clean and cold, teeming with life. Animals lived freely, their populations dictated by natural patterns, not by human consumption. Early cultures developed complex systems of stewardship, viewing themselves not as masters of the land, but as its caretakers. They understood the fundamental wisdom of limits. Then, approximately 10,000 years ago, came a pivotal shift: the agricultural revolution. We started clearing land, transforming diverse forests into monoculture fields. The intention was stability, yet this innovation inadvertently introduced the concept of resource ownership and the first subtle stresses. But even then, the planet could still absorb, forgive, and regenerate from the localized damage humanity caused. Then came ambition. Not just the ambition to survive, but the boundless, exponential ambition to conquer, to dominate, and to extract without limit. This force found its full expression in the Industrial Revolution, an explosion of human ingenuity fueled by the seemingly miraculous discovery of concentrated energy reserves: coal, and later, oil and natural gas. For the first time, human power was decoupled from biological constraints. This new power birthed the modern world, but it simultaneously broke the Earth's long-standing equilibrium. Cities expanded at an unprecedented pace, becoming monumental. Of durability was replaced by disposability. Plastic flooded the oceans, a permanent, synthetic footprint scattered across the deepest abysses, a symbol of our short-sightedness. Nature was no longer a partner to be respected. It became a resource to be exploited, an infinite sink for our industrial byproducts. Nature began to suffer. The signs were initially subtle, then undeniable, and finally, alarming. Forests disappeared at rates equivalent to losing a football field every few seconds, driven by the demand for lumber and agriculture. This wasn't just the loss of trees. It was the destruction of biodiversity hotspots. As habitats vanished, animals went extinct at a rate up to 1,000 times higher than the natural background rate. We are witnessing the sixth mass extinction event in Earth's history, entirely anthropogenic. The climate lost its balance. The accumulation of greenhouse gases created a blanket effect, supercharging the entire climate system. The delicate dance between solar radiation received and heat radiated back into space was broken. Still, humans ignored the warnings. They were muffled by short-term economic interests, political lobbying, and a pervasive societal reluctance to change comfortable, consumptive lifestyles. The scientific consensus was treated as an opinion, and the planetary crisis was framed as a future inconvenience, rather than an immediate emergency. And the consequences began to arrive with brutal force. Glaciers melted at an accelerated, terrifying pace, including the colossal ice sheets of Greenland and Antarctica. As the ice volume decreased, sea levels rose, threatening coastal cities and vast agricultural lands, creating a new, unprecedented category of human suffering: the climate refugee. The supercharged atmosphere led to storms becoming violent. Warmer oceans provide more energy and moisture, turning tropical cyclones into catastrophic, multi-billion-dollar disasters with increasing frequency. Heat waves turned DA. Misidentify the enemy. The greatest threat is not technology. Technology is a neutral tool that offers both destruction and renewal, not machines. Machines are simply the physical manifestation of human directives, not even climate change. Climate change is the symptom, the consequence of our actions. The real, fundamental, corrosive element driving this planetary collapse is a psychological and economic flaw. The greatest threat is human greed. Greed is the relentless pursuit of short-term, exponential profit and personal accumulation at the expense of long-term collective well-being. It is the structural force that incentivizes maximizing shareholder returns over preserving natural capital. It promotes the impossible idea of infinite growth on a finite planet. This profound imbalance led us to see Earth not as our home, but as a bank vault to be looted. But hope remains. Despair is a luxury we cannot afford. It is a form of paralysis, because the same humans who destroy can also protect. The capacity for destructive greed is mirrored by an equally powerful capacity for creativity, empathy, and innovation. The same species that cracked the atom can harness the sun. The path to positive change is being forged now. We see massive reforestation and rewilding efforts, the simple, powerful act of giving back what we have taken. The revolution in clean energy is underway, with wind turbines and solar panels becoming the cheapest and most accessible sources of new electricity generation, transforming centralized, polluting power systems into decentralized, clean networks. This shift is not a sacrifice. It is an economic opportunity, creating new jobs and more resilient societies. The future of Earth does not depend on nature. Nature is resilient. It will eventually recover, even if it takes millions of years. It depends on our choices. The final act of this planetary drama is being written now, in the decisions we make in our homes, our voting booths, and our BOA.